Hello, this is Vance, and this is Monday, September 29th, 2014. These are CL trades for today using the slow hand method for price action. A final recap. Great trading day today. Kind of a slow start. I mean, at this morning, I talked about this area right here. As you can see, price pulled back. And once it broke down in this area within bidding distance of the daily low, price found support and oil prices started moving up. And it moved kind of move up unbroken. There was some pullbacks here. I talked about I had two demonstration trades that I put on today, and both those demonstration trades came one was kind of like a breakout pullback long at the top of a channel. Not a lot of support there, so it was more of an aggressive trade. I showed it, something that I haven't done, but in the past, and I only got my first two contracts. I came at my stop break even plus one, but very shortly thereafter there was another setup. I took that one as well, and that was better. It had a runner, and the runner went up, and then but I had to leave, so I mean I wasn't here for most of the morning. But then when I left, just after noon, I had a couple errands to run. Somebody I was helping out with his cutting his curb with one of these diamond saws. Anyway, it was fun. I like doing that. So anyway, I went and helped him. Was helping him, and in the meantime, price kind of really moved up here. So you can see that it really broke out, and as a result, I mean, I really only had took a trade down here, which turned out very well. I added on right here, on a pullback, which I thought was reasonable, and it turned out to be the right move. And so anytime price came back down to the EMA and came back to this trend channel that I was able to establish, that was the place to actually go long. So it was pretty easy to follow. But once you get on, it's like a trend day, and this is certainly a trend day. Once price got out of this area right here, once it got out of the this area, even though you don't know, I think it's going to be maybe some type of perhaps it's going to be a range day. So price came up, pulled back down in this area, and we had some hesitation here. But then when you see that when price moved up here, we had this slight pullback and then moved up higher. And then anytime it would pull back, I was looking at buying on any strength. So any place like this, area like this where price came back down to touch the channel. Even here, I was less keen on this particular trade. I mean, it's off the EMA, and we're saying that this is later. This is the high from Friday, and so we're past the high. But once it established a high, we had a couple of pullbacks. It kind of moved its way up again. So we finished up the day at the high was 94.64. The low was 92.74. So. Oops, we had a pretty vibrant day as far as trading was concerned. And again, just had to get on this. And you can see that this two-tiered trading range, I thought you had this bottom right through here. You had some touches. Once you establish this, you can double it and move it up. And at first, this is maybe a little bit too high, but you can see that price worked its way up. The short-term trend channels, you can see that there's quite some moves. And, you stick to the measured moves. You try to look where the measured move is. We had this measured move up here. We had a pullback, first pullback, second pullback down to here. Would have gotten your 15 ticks. A break even plus one, came back, took you out, but then another opportunity to get in right here, as you can see the deep pullback here, and again, so there's some things I didn't mark. I tried to mark on the most obvious trades, and you can see that even here, this one was probably, could have marked that one for a number of reasons. Back to the EMA, second entry long, even though this is a little bit higher, but it's really second entry long. The bar is a doji. It's a bear doji. We're near the top of this channel, and you can see that when it finally found purchase, it moved up quite a bit higher. Came back down and tested it. Now, if you're break even, not necessarily break even plus one, even if you're break even plus one, mind you, you probably got target taken on this one right here. But again, anytime price came back to the EMA, anytime price using the parameters as far as the slow hand method is concerned, it would have kept you on the right side of the trade today. Maybe a little hard to see. Patience was the key. I mean, not get too over anxious and to wait, but to wait till it really establishes. And in this case, this is a second entry long right here, this bar right here, certainly. But why would you want to get in here? Why don't you try to limit in? Limit in as low as possible. That gives you the best possible opportunity to get your trades off fairly quickly. Because, frankly, what I want to see, if I'm taking a trade long or short, I want to see my first contracts hit within the first couple of bars on the 800 tick chart. One or two, and maybe three. If I got in limit in, I might have to wait through it. Especially if I think it's the establishment of the bottom of the type trading range. But most of the time I want to see after the first two contracts are up. And when you looked at I don't know if you looked at the demonstration trades I did today, that was really the case. There was one that was a little bit longer, but most of the time I'm going to see my first couple contracts off within the first 10 or 15 minutes at least, and then play the runner up and the runner up there, depending on what the price action is. Sometimes I'll stay longer if my entry is a good entry, then I'll stick around a little bit longer, even if it's overlapping. Because when you're trading a tight trading range, overlap is something that you're going to have to live with. If it's in a trend, if markets break into an overlap, let's say it's moving up very nicely, you got a pretty decent trade, then it goes sideways. Well, that could be one of two indications. Either it's going to be a continuation trade and move up higher, or maybe an indication that price is stalling and it's going to come back down the other direction, at which time you have to perhaps move your stop up to underneath where you perceive support. This line right here, and I was talking about this one, this was the high of Friday, and you can see that price blew past that, and we went up quite a bit higher. And I was using this as a target this morning, the high and then the daily high. And anytime the daily high kind of ratcheted up, so we had higher highs through here, higher lows through the bottom, and as a majority of higher highs and higher lows, it's a trend. So it's an uptrend. So I hope you can see that. I'm not going to go on. That's pretty much it for today. I mean, it was a good trading day today. I don't think there's really that much to explain. If you had any specific questions, please ask me. But I think once you see the layout like this and study this layout, I think it's pretty evident, pretty obvious. Once you get up to looking at this, where prices pulled back and so forth. I'm not saying there's no shorts here. There are in a couple of spots, but I wasn't looking at that today. I was looking more long from the long side, and so I was finished. I only had two trades that I took. The demonstration trades were just that, demonstration trades. But I had two trades earlier this morning, and that was it. That's all I had. Basically one trade. Got this trade, added on here, I was done. The other trades were just demonstration trades. So, I mean, you don't need a lot of trades. These are the setups that if you had missed them, you could have gotten in. And so I marked a few more of those. And there's a couple more in here as well. I mean, you could have argued this is a second entry long right in this area, even though it's top of the top of the trend channel. This is two pullbacks down, almost touches the EMA. There's another entry here. Didn't give you a lot of room to get out, but there's enough safety margin for you to take it out. And you can see it did move up afterwards. Second entry short, the second entry short in this one right here. Now, this is a failed second entry short right here. But price moved up. But when you see a strong bar up like this, I don't know if you want to trade counter trend. I mean, up here, it finally breaks. We finally get a more significant move down, but it doesn't hold. So here's a second entry long right here. Now, this is very near the close, 14.21, 9 minutes out of the close. But that would have worked, and then pulls back again. So you can see the bottom of this channel here, it held. Even if you got to these ones, this one held, and frankly, how many trades do you need? You really only need one a day. One successful trade a day, and that's fine. You do extremely well. And so that's all I'm saying. I mean, there's lots of other opportunities. It was a good opportunity today for trading, especially if you're looking for trading with trend. Remember, the trend is your friend. So that's it for now. This is Vance. I hope you had a good day. If not, there's always tomorrow. Bye for now.